everyone, Dennis Foley from Acoustic Fields. Today we're going to talk about home theater seating. Get a lot of calls every day from people that building a home theater, Dennis, don't know what to do with the seating. You know, how many seats do I need? Where do I put them? How far back from the screen do I place the seats? All of this has to be calculated. Just like in acoustics, we measure, measure, measure. Same thing when you're doing a visual presentation. Same thing we're doing here in the studio filming these videos. You know, distance, lighting, all of that has to be calculated. So first thing we have to do is we take our screen size, we take the room size and volume, and there's ratios that we can use. There's formulas that we can use to determine that distance. I like to tell people that we'll get you to 80, 85% of where you need to be. The other 15% is going to be personal preference. Some people like to sit a little closer. Some people like to sit a little farther back. That I can't measure for. Personal preference I can't help you with, but I can get you real close in the beginning, and then we can figure it out together. So home theater seating, we must align with the screen. That's our first thing. So also with home theater seating, we can do two approaches. We can do a flat surface on the floor where everything is in the same domain, or we can elevate the seating. Elevating the seating is great because we can step the rows. We can make first row maybe floor. We can increase the second row 8 inches, so they'll be above the first row and line of sight will be better. They'll be looking over the person's head, not at their head. So flat seating, elevated seating, that can all be accomplished in this whole genre of home theater seating. Here's what we also have to keep in mind. There's an audio component to this. Just like in 2-channel listening, we know that the speakers, their distance from the walls, their distance to the listening position, their distance from the side walls and the rear wall all have to be calculated. So does in home theater seating, that dimension need to be calculated. And here's another thing I see constantly. I will get photos and email attachments from customers, and they'll have 12 seats in a room that's so small it's not even big enough for one seat. And this is a problem we see constantly with home theater seating. So always design your seating because every seat contributes to the audio and the video component. So every seat we don't need is causing us distortion. So when you design your home theater, just design for the typical use. If it's husband and wife, whatever the case is, boyfriend, girlfriend, doesn't matter. If there's only 2 of you and you have maybe relatives over at Christmas, Thanksgiving, and things like that, so it goes from 2 to 10, don't design it for 10 seats because those extra 8 seats are going to cause us a nightmare when it comes to the audio and the video side of the installation. So always just use the seating, the home theater seating, for your typical everyday use. And then when other people come into town, add in some chairs. Remove them when they leave, because every seat has a negative impact acoustically on the sound part of the equation and the video part too, if you really think through it. So don't overuse. Here's another interesting thing about the riser approach to seatings. We put our carbon technology in that riser. And what does that do? That gives you low frequency absorption in the most important area of the whole room, right underneath where people are sitting. There's a lot of car crashes, there's a lot of explosions, so the nice thing about having low frequency management under your seats is that it's in the spot where you're sitting and hearing the most audio. So if we can manage the low frequency energy in the platform you're sitting on and overhead usually, both dimensions, then we're really in good shape. And that's kind of wasted space anyway if you're using a riser for multiple rows. So home theater seating, you know, two types of things we can do: flat, elevated. Don't forget, if you're going to do the elevated design, use the least amount of chairs. Just use the number of chairs that you're going to use on an everyday basis. Bring in extra chairs for the holidays and things like that. And, you know, use the low frequency management technology in the riser itself. Don't waste that space. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. We also have a newsletter that you can subscribe to, so please do that because we offer special price discounts to only those on our newsletter. And then don't forget about our forum. We have started a forum on our own website. where people ask questions, and I usually get a chance every couple of days to look at it. There's an interchange between people on the forum, and we'll give you real answers on a regular basis, so that'll help you. Thank you.